What unfortunate turn of events have brought you here? Your life must be really going off the rails if you could turn to Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei for a form of entertainment. Even more so from my channel. But we're in for some fun time, because if nothing else, we can look on the characters here and realise, you know what? Our lives aren't exactly going too poorly. And if they keep continuing to introduce some more exciting characters, some more traits that are maybe not inspirational, but, well, you can see the roots of where they would stem from a normal person, just amped up to about 428%. But if you're excited to see more, strap yourself in, grab a drink, and let's begin. Okay, giving us a time and date of exactly when the school was founded. Why were they doing a history lesson of what the school came to? How does this game called to be? Who's Perry? School is closed for the day. You know, I'm surprised anyone in this town has managed to reach the age they have, considering the amount of curious types that are just lingering around. How their entire society hasn't crumbled to dust already is surprising. Do we even have a solitary, respectable adult in this show? Of course, apart from that one guy who he was trying to accuse of assaulting his daughter. He was just trying to go to work. And while I do enjoy the music of this, the visuals are really lackluster compared to the first one we saw. Okay. Still, one thing that we never actually want to know is, who is this Perry and what are they doing on the school grounds? I mean, who doesn't she know at this point? The honk. I mean, we know plenty of troubled foreigners in this show, but is there anything he can't open? He's so energetic. Doors, mines, personal records. Yeah, I mean, it's that surprising that it needed to be repeated 3 times. Just opening books and leaving them astray. No, the collectibles. He needs to be stopped. I mean, maybe fair if you don't want anyone messing with it. Yeah. A mysterious opener who has gone to lay bare everything possible. There's still things left to... Good for you, but what the hell is your problem here? Why is there no police involvement yet? This may be one of the last things he ever does. Excuse me? Finally, there's some... Force him to open the pool? Why is this a bad thing? Oh yeah, he's still there. That's the bad thing. Now we know, he doesn't care about the safety of any of the students, but the potential of not having somewhere to finally end things. That's when he needs to step up. Butt face. It is so dumb. It's quite a Gintama way of looking at it, actually. How... if he actually comes across something that is impossible for him, hopefully he'll give up on his ways. It might take a... No! No, I don't want to open up! There are some things in this world which should stay firmly closed. It seems as though his way of thinking is spreading. What a pit, what depths of the void is there in his heart? Unless he be consumed by the darkness within. I mean, it's a good sense, you can't force someone's heart to change, they have to be willing and act on it themselves. They disdain and loathe him. I mean, everything we've seen so far has definitely led up to that, hasn't it? He has no one in his corner. But when you have someone that is either so deprived of attention that they're going to these lengths, or actively believing that they're, everyone's against them, there is some severe trauma that needs to be dealt with. He seems to be reveling in the fact that he gets to show someone the absolute depravity of his own soul. The secret centerfold? So the lid on the back of a place. I mean, if you don't want to avoid warranties and the like. No one could tell why. Someone out of the crowd gave them a moniker, gave them a new lease on life. Yeah, she has a gift. Is no one going to stop that? Does anyone ever learn a lesson? It's not really that much of a stretch or a wordplay, but yes, peril is one way of looking at it. Adornment at Tiffany's. They're really trying with these kind of references, aren't they? Well, now we can just move on and not have to worry about things being opened. Now, getting into some sort of extra festival. She did not like having her phone taken as a example. Does Maria? Of course she did. Okay. Is it something that she should share so willingly? The shoes I could kind of understand, but super cheap. You know, I've definitely known some people who are avid fans of collectibles, especially around like one show or another. But I don't actually know, that's wrong. I have seen a car that is completely coated in plush toys and the like. Please don't bring attention to that point. Chic? I think she's got the wrong idea of what checkered suits and ties look like. I mean, please, those that are not so in tune with the artistic repertoire and history. Yep, don't care anymore. Tuning out. Architecture? No, not for... what? Over-embellishment? I would agree. You just add a little more... Add a little more accessories in the form of some chopsticks. I do like the fact we got that character back, just one little dumb joke there in passing. Is he compensating for something? I have never seen anyone that has made covers for their door handles. I mean, I do have a lot of tea. Surveillance. Yeah, that is... There's a fine line between hoarding, homelessness, and chic, apparently. What world is she now... Oh, the internet. Fair. Have you seen some of these like Second Life games where people can really go all out with character development and design? Oh god. Okay. Yeah, it makes... Yeah. It's thick. Is it hopefully just a blank background? Oh? I mean... He's at least represented. Give him that. He should be happy already. Well, I'm scarred. Next window. Please don't make the same joke, by the way. Neat. I mean, everyone has to have some history somewhere. Does this school have background checks for who it employs? That voice. I mean, when it comes to over-embellishment, people can really actually go too far. When it comes... Nice. I do like the small jokes where it actually carries through. Coat is skin in ink. Put it through into the next scene. Oh no, not shoes. Oh no. Did she also over-embellish in other respects that would cause uncomfortable feelings for her? There really is no point even guessing what might happen next in the Zetsubou Sensei episode, is there? So... does anyone actually... Damn, normies. Are they the same as just Valentine's Day and Christmas of past? We're talking about old traditional ways that might not... Did you bring your own door frame? Another voice? How many people, this is actually a conversation I had not too long back actually, was like, oh, remember me? As, you know, or just go off talking about things in their lives, blah, 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 not introducing themselves. Who the hell are you? Ha 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 ha. So, anything vintage she must be ecstatic about. Must be a big fan of The Plague. That's old. I feel like this show has done a better job than any at highlighting the odd. And yet the old ones are ignored? Hmm. Who are you calling old? Anything just even remotely connected, if it's just a syllable or two, then... That poor dog. At least one came out. I mean, you can change it by deed poll. No? Does Japan have a different way of looking at things? You can't just change your name legally. Swept off her feet, much like ways of old. One way to get rid of a character. Get your training in while you can. I think he's a few years late for the beach landing. There is so much going on in this scene. It is over-embellished to hell and back. The young master. Excuse me. Why? You know what? Don't even question it. World War II era tanks rolling about on a beach while we're trying to engage in sharing of family names and marriage. It's a scene one can see every day looking out the window. Oi. For one reason or another, I can see why. Do they have Okay, he's just shopping for a bride. Okay, cool. There's another way. Uh-huh. So, past lives. Sure, just grab onto that. Just shout louder. Put the news down. Let's make this a past life. Who would have thought? I mean, first day of grade school, old friends, perfect. I mean, all it needs is a single day, right? So, different friend groups, yeah, sure, but they were still friends for a day. It lasts for a lifetime. Unless they're a bit strange, in which case you can distance yourself. Probably why I didn't have anyone to turn to. Lupin. True, did only need it for a short time. Hopefully this channel isn't just a one-day deal. Although there's probably plenty out there who would be wishing it was. And after seeing this episode, maybe I'm among that crowd as well. The sooner I never see another Perry, the happier I will be. Some characters definitely fared better than others. I think being left out of situations like this where we don't get the over-embellished avatars, what one might think of you. There were some that might have actually enjoyed those. I do like the writing style of this. It's insane. Eros? We're going back to Greek? Yeah, I'm sure that was in the Iliad. Some back and forth and argument about alcohol. Zetsubou Sensei, never change. I need a show like this every now and again. One that would test my endurance about what I can actually withstand watching. Whether it be some very questionable borderline illegal activities of wanting to open things, to past lives and what one may have gotten up to in their youth. I would have thought that I'd be prepared after some of the things I've watched before, say Joshiraku, Gintama, pretty much the entirety of Nishijou. But no! Zetsubou Sensei is in on a league of its own. If there's anything you're ever worried about, just know, sure. At least we aren't a character in this work of fiction. At least I really, really hope so. And certain characters I don't think need more embellishment. Having Maria knowing that she can't wear shoes or some extras, and that most of her family, we've seen their living conditions before, but so willing to get into the country that they would do so much. Of course, some of the jokes and wordplays probably do need to be stretched to fit in with the English translation, so I'm wondering what might have been left out or not put across precisely. But from what we've seen so far, they are doing their damnedest. Make a joke land no matter what, no matter the cost. If I'm honest, I would have it no other way. My Japanese really has been lacking recently, mainly because I stopped actually learning it. I got a little too busy. That's my excuse. But if you want to make sure not to miss future episodes, make sure to stick around. Subscribing to the channel is actually a really good way of making sure that doesn't happen, but also for some reason, if you're still here at least, you want to see more. So let me know down below exactly what has brought you into Zetsubou Sensei. Why do you stick around? It's surely not for their dazzling personalities. The fact that they keep introducing more and more characters, each just as off as the last, and yet seemingly believable. And that they keep interacting with scenes even if they're not shown or talked to or anything, they're just there in the background doing their thing. No matter how many of us wish they weren't. Those poor, poor animals. But yeah, unlike other shows which rely on their plots and character progression, Zetsubou Sensei does something else. It relies on your suspended belief. And your willingness to undergo psychological trauma. That's what makes it a good show. If you agree with me, let me know. If you enjoyed this one, leave a like and a comment down below. As I said before, consider subscribing, maybe even jump onto my Discord. But for now, try and get yourself a bit of rest. There's only so much we can go through. And with the insanity that is Zetsubou Sensei, I have forgotten 3/4 of what I was going to talk about. Mainly because it's just reverberating around the same thing that has gone on plenty of times before. And I do wonder how it was actually written. Was it he sees something in reality and thinks, you know what? Let's extrapolate that a few steps, make it a little more crazy, put it in the show. Or, if it happened around here, let's take it exactly as it occurred and write it down. We do have some characters that are in this town. But for me, I need a break. So, I hope to see you for the next one. Am I one of those characters? Hopefully no one wants to open my channel wide open, because I'm going to be honest, you probably won't like what you see. And so, I do need to thank those that help support it without any obvious negative intentions. And with that, I need to thank M.O, Noku, Sao, Guado, Kite, Wolfie Sensei, and everyone else. Because thanks to all of you, I can try to be at least a little embellished.